On this brand new episode of Incensed Podcast, Pogo Milo UK is living the dream. And not because he's hit 10k subscribers on YouTube, finally after about 10 bloody years, but because his dream Pokemon for Community Day is finally here. And of course, myself, Ian Waterfall, and Masterful27 will sit here and listen to him go on about how much he loves Togetic for the next hour. Boys, am I right or am I right?
To be fair, we need the content this week.
100% right, Coops. I asked on Twitter, what did people think about this community day? And there was numerous references to Milo in the comments about how excited he was to be.
I like the notoriety that has been built up using this podcast over that.
Well, you have spent the last 24 months saying it's going to be the next community day, so you had to be right sooner or later.
Exactly. Nice. Flawless logic.
I mean, it feels like I've been doing this podcast for like 40 years, but for me, it does feel like you've been saying Togetic Com Day for a hot while. How long?
Since 2021.
Is it been since 2021?
It is.
Literally, it was about 3, maybe 4 weeks in, and Milo
Listeners,
started
go
predicting
back
it.
to like episode 25.
So
It's probably in
21st
there.
time lucky, Milo. Well done. You got it, mate.
Yeah.
100% right, 2% of the time.
Yeah, and speaking of well dones, mate, no, all jokes aside, Milo, congrats on 10k, boys. Like, that's a huge achievement, mate. Well done.
Thank you,
Well
dude.
done.
Thank you
Well
very
done,
much.
Milo.
That was me sort of cueing the round of applause.
I think the soundboard's bust.
Are we not? No, Ian, are we not? Not tonight?
We've also congratulations.
Okay.
1,000 a year, stop
He's
that.
bitter.
Well done, Milo.
I was going to say this is yet another piece of evidence that Coops can't count. So how long has it been since 2019, October, Coops?
How long have I got? Wait, hold on.
In the edit, you'll have 2 nanoseconds.
3 years and 4 months?
3 years, 5 months, I think.
Oh, yeah, did you say October? Yeah, my bad, sorry. Just for you, mate, I think we're going to put Togetic Com Day in capital letters on the title of this episode.
Thank you.
Just for you.
Yeah.
But
Given
to the
there's no
listeners-
other news.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
This intro's been all about me. How are the three of you? Are you good?
Not as good as you, Milo.
I'm fine.
Well, thank you.
I wouldn't know. I don't have the experience.
Oh, Ian.
That's a lie.
Ian, are you good though?
Yeah, I'm fine.
Marky?
I'm good, thank
Good.
you. Very good. What about you,
Good.
Coops? How are you? Are you
Get us out of this awkward hole, Coops.
Milo doesn't like the spotlight on him, but I do. So back to me, ladies and gents. Welcome in to another episode of Incensed Podcast. Lovely to have you here, and especially lovely off the back of last week with GoCast. What a lovely. I was going to say bunch of people. No, what a lovely. How would you say that? What a lovely
Pair of
Duo.
lads.
duo. Thank you. Thank you.
Couple. I'd say couple.
Podcast
Yeah.
couple.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, no, honestly, what a lovely couple.
They met in Starbucks. Leads itself to a
Their eyes
rom-com.
met over a latte.
We broke that news. Exclusive news.
Milo's right. What is happening right now? What is happening? Saying that though, I did actually get a Starbucks last week, and I did think of them. I did think, oh, what lovely guys. So yeah, GoCast, once again, thank you so much for coming on. And if you've not listened to last week's episode, please make sure you go back and do that after you've listened to this one. Of course, it was such a great episode. But yes, to all the listeners, as I said, welcome back. And do not forget to
Pop your incenses, champions. Let's go.
don't pop your incense, actually, for this episode, because you've only got a few days left. Open up that mystery box, because we do not want Pidgeys and Patrats. We want shiny Meltans. And do not forget to
Clarify the spelling, please.
Oh my.
Yes.
They're back.
Speak of the devils.
Speaking of, there they are. So yeah, clarify the spelling. OPENTHATM1. I'm trying to open that mystery box. No,
NYST.
don't forget to clarify the spelling. Hashtag SHINIESOFTHEWEEK. And of course, that is what you're going to use. Hashtag shinies of the week to tag us in any shinies that you do get back when you listen to this episode. Tag us on Twitter at Incensed Podcast. That's going to be all of our handles, mainly on Twitter though, Instagram, and on our Discord. That's normally where we get the hashtag shinies of the week. So yeah, let us know what you got. But now I'm going to change up the order because it's me. It's now time for...
It is. It's the news.
You're desperately trying to get this out of the way, aren't you?
I feel like you need to, though. I feel like you need... Let's just get it out. We've already discussed it. Let's
Get this
just go.
done and dusted. As, well, we said last week, the title filled with GoCast podcast. this week's episode, obviously, TOGETIC Community Day is going to be in all caps right at the top. So you already know what we're going to be talking about. Of course, April's
With
Community
3 little
Day.
watermarks next to it.
Will that filter through the RSS feed? April's Community Day, which will be taking place on Saturday, April the 15th from 2 to 5 p.m. So they're really sticking to that time slot. Thankfully, it will be daylight savings and all of that good stuff everywhere. So it is TOGETIC at long last.
Nice.
Shiny TOGETIC will be featured in the wild. And let me know your thoughts on this, Coops. The exclusive move that Togekiss will be able to learn is Aura Sphere. Is obviously a favoured Lucario move. Trainer battle powers of 100 and gyms and raids 90 power. There will of course be the $1 ticket exclusive research, spreading cheer. Damn right with a community day like this. Nice indeed. So that will be able to be gifted to friends who are great friends or higher on the friends list, which is nice.
Nice.
That was synced up rather well.
Yeah, whoever did that, really good.
Yes.
Milo, what was that?
The event bonuses are kind of the same as normal, so you've got 2 times catch candy, but it's quarter hatch egg distance, which obviously does play in very nicely with Togepi, going to be in 2Ks for this one. Trainers level 31 and up will have a double chance of getting Candy XL from catching Pokemon. Lures and Incense will run for 3 hours, excluding the daily Incense, of course. Snapshots will feature good old TOGETIC. 5 of them will be nice. And make sure you do the extra special trades per day, because they are indeed. And it'll be 50% off the trades for Stardust, which is excellent as well.
Nice.
You're killing me.
We do have a variety of those. You could spice it up.
Zoe loves Togepi. You love Togetic.
Oh, this is true.
Yes. There's a method to the madness.
Ian's using his 2 brain cells. Community raid battles will obviously feature Togetic with a shiny potential in those 4-star epic raid battles. They'll be taking place from 5 till 10 p.m. your local time. Togetic will appear around the sort of 300-meter radius around the gym for 30 minutes after the raid battle has been completed. So definitely, I would say, get those in. There's going to be field research, of course, to get Stardust Ultra Balls and encounters, XYZ. Coops, this will be your favourite bit for the com day. There are, of course, stickers. I will be sending them all your way. So
dirty to me, baby.
Make sure you
stickers,
drop
Milo,
all
yeah.
of your Pokecoins into those sticky stickers, absolutely. Otherwise, they won't stick to the postcards you're sending digitally. And of course, actually, there will be timed research for 5 Sinnoh for free, because you need a Sinnoh to evolve up to Togekiss. So those are kind of the basic details.
Oh, do you? Oh, yeah, you do. Yeah.
Casual is back in the room.
No, it's been a while since I've used one of those.
It's not like Slowpoke Com Day required King's Rocks and all of that good gubbins. But that is April's Community Day. We knew the date from way back, but TOGETIC, you guys say what you think of it, because I've seen on social media it's been mixed.
I was pleasantly surprised, Milo, that after 21 stabs in the dark, you kind of had something left to aim at.
The deep dark.
Pretty impressive. And to be honest with you, because you've mentioned this not every month, that's harsh, because sometimes we've known it before we've recorded it. You've had a go most months. I kind of felt underwhelmed because I was a bit like,
any comedy prediction.
He's got it right. Do you know what I mean? I was underwhelmed by it initially. I went, Milo's got it right.
Wow, so you were underwhelmed because I finally thought it would happen.
Finally.
But Mark, even a broken clock is right twice a day.
Exactly, Ian.
That's true.
If he says it enough, eventually one day it would happen.
Yes.
Broken clock is right more often than I was.
Do you know what will happen after this? It'll be TOGETIC Classic, won't it? TOGETIC Classic.
In 2042.
2042? Absolutely not.
We've got to have my chop first, mate, for you.
That'll be 2039.
Do you know what? Take away Milo, and you're right, Ian. A broken clock is always right twice, and that's more often than Milo usually is. But this is a good con day. It's a second stage evolved Pokemon. There's a bit for everybody in it. There's a lot of people that still need the shiny. Not that means it's a reason to make it a community day, but it certainly helps. The initial feel on social media is Candy XL now, grind is on, looking at the PvP players as an opportunity for them to really grind this event. And I love the fact that it's a Saturday again, 2 to 5.
Yes.
So yeah, I am a happy trainer with this one.
Thank you, Marky. Your check will be in the post.
Ian, come on. Take the positivity to another level. Come on, I can feel it. I can see it. I can see that aura sphering off you. See what I did there?
That's his backlight.
Oh, okay, fine. Completely ruined my joke. Thanks, Milo.
I'm just taking this in a different direction. I'm not over the moon with this one. Don't get me wrong, TOGETIC is an okay choice for a community day, and I will take part. It will be 3 hours of my life that I will pass the time with, but I'm not as excited as the three of you. I mean, there are some benefits to this. The XL grind marks right, that is the only benefit of it. Quarter egg hatch distance, shocking bonus, but you kind of do need it for the Togepi since it's hatching at community day rates. So there will be a chance of getting the shiny Togepi. I get that. As I've said, I do like TOGETIC, but there's just something I'm not quite feeling about this community day. Sorry, Milo.
We're breaking up.
Mark, look at him.
It feels like a Taylor Swift breakup song, doesn't it?
I just... Instead, Milo will write a vlog about me.
He's
a cryptic
vlog.
Friends.
So for me, let's talk about this. I don't like hatching eggs. Any bonus when it comes to eggs and hatching eggs for a shiny, that's 2019 me. You know, those days are long gone. I don't like it. You don't know that. But I have to agree with Mark. I think this is a great com day. I think the Saturday, I like the 2 till 5. I like the exclusivity of this Pokemon, because I know that's a big word for me. But the reason why I say that is because...
Clarify the spelling.
I genuinely couldn't. Because this Pokemon isn't really a spawn, and it's not really an event Pokemon where it sort of comes round in the year to an event, I really do like the XL grind. And Mark is right. This is really maybe your only opportunity for the next 12 months, 15 months, 18 months to be able to get, you know, for some trainers, 200-300 XL, to other trainers, 800-900 XL, to Pogo Milo UK, 2000 XL. It really depends on how you play. But this is your best opportunity to be able to max one to level 50, which is great. PvP mindset, Aura Sphere, I'm really not sure. I'm not even sure if that it's for PvE, for the raids.
It's just a bad move.
Yeah, I'm not...
Overall.
Yeah,
it doesn't make it any better in PvP, because it already gets really good kind of moves.
Makes it worse, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, obviously it gets Ancient Power, Play Rough, Flamethrower. So I'm not really sort of sure where this lies. But again, we could talk about that as the weeks unfold. I will genuinely play this, and whether it is to get 300 XL just so I can max my 100, that is all I'll do, and I'm over the moon for this com day.
Quarter egg bonus is just one of the worst bonuses.
But I didn't like it for Roselia as well. It's just an easy money maker for them. It's that gambling. I don't like it.
It's a com day bonus that you, if you want to maximize, you have to invest Pokecoins into the items.
Yeah, I don't
rather
like
than just
it.
triple dust, which you can get all triple XP. You can just kind of get for free, and then you choose if you want to add a premium item onto it.
And normally, like Bulbasaur, you can get the shiny. You haven't got to hatch it to get the shiny, which is a shame. You can't like D down evolve. You can't go from a Togepi to a Togetic. But anyway, what does
revert?
Revert. What does the main... Well, Milo, jokes aside, I know we bantered with you, but what do you genuinely... I know you've wanted this, but because you've wanted it, you've obviously had this idea in your head. Does this fulfill that idea, bro?
See, as a community day, this is a bang-on mon. Several reasons. I've seen so many people on social media, so they haven't even hatched a shiny Togepi yet with over 300 plus egg hatches. Getting that shiny or have a shiny boost on the eggs, this is your best opportunity to hatch that. Togetic as a spawn is either in tier 3 raids, occasionally Go Fest, or very, very rare seasonal spawn. It's good opportunity to farm XL candy, as you said. Really, really good. And Togekiss is a quality fairy type attacker in raids and a must-have in pretty much every league of PvP, isn't it? Particularly in Master League.
Yeah, I mean, Charm just devastates everything, so yeah.
That's the thing. Yeah. Charm is powerful. Aura Sphere as a move is really weird and out there because it already has kind of good PvP coverage. It would almost need what everyone has been craving for. Fairy Wind would have been probably better as a fast move because it would have given you a different play with it, I think. Faster, fast move. But my personal sentiment on this is that this com day is 2 years too late. And that's just my personal preference on it. This would have been a brilliant play in May of 2021 when we got Swablu instead with quarter egg bonus.
I hear that.
Just because at this point, I know I'm at the sort of top end of a player who's grinded the game, etc. I've hatched loads of Togepi, got the XL. I've now got like 5 hundos at level 50. Very few people are going to have that kind of fairy team, but a lot of us have been there and done that. So that's my personal view on it, is it should have come sooner, as it were, when we got lumped with some of the horrific community days of 2020, 2021, and even 2022.
I agree with you. Totally. It's like, why are we going back and getting all the Kanto bonds again for Community Day? It's like, are we really struggling that much to get newer Community Day mons? I mean, as a shiny, it's been in the game for bloody ever.
Yeah, I mean, Togepi's been shiny for donkey's years, but I know. But then again, there are so many people who are either new to the game or who haven't hatched it.
And for them, totally
RNG.
get it. You know, a lot of people aren't as into the game and play the game as much as we do. But for somebody that's been playing the game since 2016, as I say, I don't play anywhere near the levels you do, but I've still got like 3 or 4 shiny Togepi.
Yeah.
For me, the only real benefit of this Community Day is the XL. That is literally it.
I mean, it's a Shundo hunt. I'm not going to bother with the eggs on this one. I don't like quarter egg distance. That's the thing. This will be worthy of a trade sesh afterwards, where Slowpoke, obviously, that we'll come on to a bit later, wasn't necessarily worth it. So you're worth trading these and possibly using your special trades, your 2 that you get for the community days, to try and trade those shiny Togetic and see if you can get yourself a Hundo or a Shundo or something like that. That'd be great.
Ian, I totally get you, bro. I know what you're saying. From an angle for a player like you, this is quite just basic. I totally understand what you're saying, mate. 100%.
You know what? I'm out grinding every Community Day. I'm out for the whole 3 hours, and how often do I find 100? Very rarely, if I'm honest.
Yeah, no, and the thing is, you are, because it does happen. I don't know what Marky feels, but it does happen to me. But it's probably maybe like 1 in 8 or 9 community days. I'll get like a random.
It doesn't always happen.
And I'll press 4-star and be like, yeah. You know what I mean? You know, one of them ones.
That's almost where like the quarter hatch egg bonus might come into play, because obviously you have more chance of hatching a Hundo Togepi than getting a wild 100% Togetic.
Agreed.
But then you have to put resources into hatching the eggs, which, yes, it's quarter egg distance, and it will be in 2-kilometer eggs. So if you're going to be on an infinite incubator, it's 0.5 of a kilometer, which is quick, but you still won't be able to prattle through as many Togepi hatches as you will Togetic checks.
Unless you're buying copious amounts of incubators.
Indeed.
And doing 9 eggs per go.
Indeed.
People like that have probably got a few 12Ks stacked up in their extra space in their egg pot. Certainly with a rocket event coming up on Saturday, and people will have 2 or 3 of them probably kicking around, which are probably never incubate. I'll just save them there. And it doesn't stop me getting the other eggs in the other 9 spaces. It's a good event for maybe hatching some 12Ks. But I've still not maxed one out. You know, it is purely just an XL grind. 2 years too late, I get that, Milo, because somehow you've managed to make a team of 5 level 50s when it hasn't had a com day, which I think is equally impressive.
It's a lot of walking.
I mean, there was an event recently and it was everywhere.
Was it here?
Just a few weeks ago, there was an event and it was spawning everywhere.
Togetic was spawning. It's also spawned for Go Fests and things like that in certain biomes.
Yeah, that doesn't help as well. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's just
there's been ways of
if you're not lucky enough to go to
XL.
these like events,
well, Global Go Fest and all of that. But then you had the seasonal bonuses where you get guaranteed trade XL and all of that. If you actively focus on getting the resources, then you can make it happen. If you're not sort of somebody who's gonna sit down and say, right, I need to get 100 trades done of Togepi and Togetic and make sure they've got
too
X
short
amount
to do
of
that every day.
Exactly. Like,
yes,
it's how you want to play it. So there'll be plenty of people who will be just very thankful, and I'm wishing them the very best of luck in getting their Togepi shinies or the Togepi hundos and farming up their candies. Because, as I said, we are at very one end of the scale of we've sort of expected this, thought it should come sooner, perhaps. But there'll be plenty of people who've picked up the game in the last 12 months who've, maybe never even seen a wild Togetic.
I hear you.
Bless.
I saw that bit of news. I didn't expect us to get this lovely little chat out of it, boys. I'll be honest. That was nice. But yeah, wherever you do play Togetic Com Day, I hope you have an amazing one, guys. I know it's not for a few weeks yet, but I feel like the conversation's, gone a bit slow. So,
There we go.
I almost want to add a delay now, but the length of time it takes Slowpoke to crawl onto the screen when you feed it a berry between that joke, the badom, and then me starting to talk.
Excellent.
So from one community day that's coming up to one that has been, we had Slowpoke Community Day last Saturday, like this Saturday thing. I've already said that. I wanted to have a little bit of an organic conversation with you boys. I just want to say, how did you play it? Did you get anything great off the back of it? What was your overall thoughts on it? I mean, I played it back in my rural roots. It was a beautiful day, a lovely day. It was nice to see Community Day where we had an equal split between the 2 forms of the featured Pokemon. We know we had this with Sandshrew, where it was very, very weighted towards, I think it was Alolan was more common, wasn't it? I was pleasantly surprised to see it was quite a nice equal spawn. And, it's quite a big Pokemon on the map. So some of the areas that you'd normally have massive, dense pools of them were maybe a little bit more restricted because of it. But I had a great time. It was a great new shiny line. I think Slowpoke has been featured in quite a lot of events, so some people will obviously have the bad RNG luck and maybe still not have had a Slowpoke leading into this one. Let's put it this way, when I finished the community day, it was nice to have a scattering of 6 different types of shinies in my when I was involved with them, doing things with them. But how did you boys play it?
It was actually a decent community day. Now, going back to what we've just talked about with Togepi, had it just been Kanto, it would have been the most dead community day in the world. But the fact that we actually got the Galarian form, beautiful shiny, coming out and getting way more King's Rocks than anybody actually ever needs in their whole lifetime.
That's an understatement, yeah.
Yeah, it was a good community day. Great shiny, easy research, the balance of the 2 mons. You nailed it, Mark, and I actually said this myself. It was nice that one wasn't more OP than the other. There was a very nice balance of the 2. I went into the community day not needing the Kanto one, primarily focused on the Galarian, but I did still check a few and still got a few Kanto shinies, but great shiny in terms of the XL drop. I mean, XL was dropping like crazy. I got enough to max out 2 Slowpoke, which for my area, it isn't quite as densely spawned as Ealing is, but it's probably more so than the area where you play. So I'm kind of somewhere in the middle, and I can't really complain one bit. I enjoyed it. It was a good community day.
I would like to sort of echo similar points to Mark and Ian. I thought as a com day, it was nice and chill. If you want to grind it, you can grind it. I didn't need the Kanto shiny for love and the money. I'd got plenty of them beforehand. Already had more than enough XLs, having grinded the Spotlight Hour back in 2021. So it was just like, get me 3 Galarian shinies. I am a content man. And got quite a few of them because you actively check only the Galarian if you only want the Galarian. I know it was 3 times catch XP, which was brilliant because it's a very easy, excellent to hit for people.
And it's a great bonus, isn't it, for people wanting to level up?
It's a great bonus, coupled with the throw circle as well, so very good. I'm only thinking if they wanted to get people who had all of the resources and stuff to catch, if they put 3 times dust on it and then put the XP on February for Noibat, that might have changed the circumstance because I was actively not clicking Kanto mons. The only shinies I got were purely accidental misclicks. But it was a really, really fun sort of chilled day. We got a squad together and actually did a golden lure session before the community day. So coordinated with a couple of groups around the area and synced up 12 or 15 golden lures on a loop. So people managed to get 700, 800 Gimmighoul coins, which was a nice little perk as well.
That's
for
amazing.
Beginning the community day.
That is.
So all good vibes, good com day, I would say. More chill, but there's nothing wrong with a chill community day.
Yeah, all I'm going to add on as well, and I genuinely mean this, you have to get mega Pokemon to the last level, to the highest level, because
to get the good XL. Yeah,
yes, you really do. You need a tier 3 mega.
The XL gains when you've got a max level mega are phenomenal. It's insane. Like, I literally played the com day for about an hour casually. Mega evolved the slow
bro.
Thank you. I was going to say King. Thank you. Mega evolved the slow bro. And I come out with 1,000 XLs, and I was just casually playing for insane. Obviously, sorry, the Slowbro is the highest mega.
Psychic mega, yeah.
And I did the same for Litwick. Had a Gengar. I think I had a max Gengar. Honestly, the XL gains are just incredible. This is just a shout to everyone listening.
That tier 3 mega.
Yeah.
I've not maxed one out yet.
Do it. Honestly, the best advice, I know we talked about it beforehand on one of the other com days, whether it was Noibat or whatever.
It was Noibat. We talked about last month.
Chespin. Yeah, it's an absolute must because even, and I know we're going to take the piss a bit later, but even for Lytton Spotlight Hour today, okay, I ran a tier 3 Blaziken and got ready for it. I got over 300 XL in 1 hour just catching the Lytton that were around with a tier 3 mega on. So Coops is absolutely spot on. If you've got the com day rates and a tier 3 mega, you are sorted.
I actually set an alarm every Monday and I have 2 tags. I've got 2 mega evolve or max mega evolve, and the max megas I just leave them in there to when I need to use them. But then I've got 2 mega evolve. I'll just evolve them every 7 days, and they just slowly over time. Like, I'm not here banging out like 800 mega Gengar raids to get 2,000. You literally need the 200 or the 100 mega energy, or I think it's 400 primal. That's all you need.
And then you
just do and then you just do it once a week, mate. That's genuinely what I do.
So for Togetic then, is it fairy or flying mega then we need to have it?
Fairy or flying mega. So your best bet would actually probably be Pidgeot, but you could run Altaria, you could run Gardevoir, Charizard Y.
Marky, you can do Charizard.
Why?
Oh, Charizard.
Yeah, Charizard Y is a flying type, so those are sort of 4 megas you could utilise.
And you got 4 weeks to do it, so you have
even
a good
tier
run
2. Tier 3 is a huge boost, but tier 2 still gives you an XL boost. Not as massive, but it's still.
So I don't get enough
to
to max 1 after a com day with no mega. I'm lucky if I get 240 Kanji XL at the end of it.
That's the thing, is if you run these megas at high level, you go from getting no XL per catch to almost getting 3 or 4 every time. So the accumulation is just crazy.
Genuinely, mate, I know it's cringe. Like I said, setting an
I'm
alarm
gonna do that,
every Monday. Yeah, and like I said, and you'll be shocked. In 4 or 5 months, life will just go by and you'll have 8 or 9 max megas. Trust me, I have very rarely had to evolve and then evolve the next day, then evolve the next day. I've very rarely done that. I'm very stingy when it comes to my mega energy. And I swear to God, you'll be shocked over it as a natural progression of 4 or 5 months of life. You'll be like, oh my God, my Charizard's now. Honestly, it's really good.
Casual, stingy with the mega energy. I'm splashing out here, evolving every day.
Yeah.
You can get to level 2 really quickly as well.
Well, on that note, Ian. Moving swiftly on, as you would say when I'm not on an episode. Yeah, Coops isn't here. Anyway, moving on.
Just tell me about you, mate. Just what's going on?
2 questions for you tonight. We've got one, which is just a getting to know you, and one is for Marchs Poll. Your first question tonight, and we're going to go off last week when I realised that Chris from GoCast is a musical theatre fan, and he's actually sort of grown up in the creative side of life with the acting and singing and that, and he's been in a few shows. So I wanted to quick fire round. I wanted to ask all of you guys, what is your all-time favourite musical theatre show?
I feel like I need to go first just to get this out of the way, not to kind of defecate over your question.
Okay, wait. Okay, can I make it a bit easier then before you really ruin this question?
Okay.
You can also say like a film as well. I'll let you say a film as well.
That doesn't help me, unfortunately.
Okay.
Can he say a TV show?
No. Save it. I know it was a common ground between you and Chris, which was actually very sweet to watch that romance blossom, but I just don't like musicals flat out. They're just not for me. I don't know, that must stem from like when I was at school.
Karaoke.
You could do, it links into karaoke very well.
Why is that, Milo? They're so true to life. We all just burst out into song for no reason, surely.
Just speak for yourself, mate. It stems really from sort of like school theatre productions where it would always be a musical, and I just don't sing. I can't sing. Terrible voice. I can act. I could do that, but if you can't sing, you can't be in the musical. So it was sort of shunned to the side, and I just don't vibe with it at all. So my suggestion is going to be the song from the Family Guy episode 420, A Bag of Weed.
He actually did say something from a TV, didn't he?
Because he knew.
He did.
Anyway, moving on.
I don't like musicals.
Oh.
You should have known this by our silent reaction last week on the show.
I have got an answer for it, because actually one of my favourite films, I'm going to answer as a musical though, Coops, because I did enjoy it when I saw it. I went with a work event, but it's not something that I would go at the weekend with Lisa and go, let's go and watch a musical. It's just not, wired in me to do that. I was very lucky to see Sunset Boulevard, but I did see the musical Tina a couple of years ago in London. It was about Tina Turner and her musical career. The one thing I learned from watching that wasn't Ike a bit nasty? He wasn't very nice, was he? It was about Tina's relationship. But I loved the production, loved the music. I liked Tina Turner's music, to be fair, so that made it something that I did have an interest in. That's the last one I've been to, and I probably won't go and see another one for maybe another year or so. The film I like is, slipped my mind now what it's called, with Hugh Jackman in, and The Greatest Showman. That is my
you've said that before,
film.
actually, on this show. You watched it on a boat.
On a cruise.
It's a boat.
A boat, yeah.
Factually.
But yeah, that'd be my choice. Tina, Coops, that'd be my choice.
Is it bad when I heard him say Tina, I thought Giratina?
So did Coops. It's like, where?
It's back.
I have my golden raspberry at the ready.
That's no raspberry.
Yeah.
Oh.
Okay, don't let me down, Ian, please.
I don't like musicals. That's not strictly true. I don't like stage show musicals. There is actually one film musical that I love, and it's probably one of the best films ever. I don't know if they made this into a stage show. They probably didn't, but The Blues Brothers. Can't beat it. Best musical ever.
Yeah.
And set in your favourite city in America, Chicago.
Which is also, by the way, another great musical, Chicago. Milo's like, is it? I had no idea. What's the Patreon chat?
Where Go Fest happened, right? Yeah.
Yeah, of course. What's the Patreon chat saying? Have we got any musicals, or does everybody around me hate?
Literally nothing. So, Coops,
nobody has commented. It's like tumbleweed.
Coops, since this is your question, round us out with some positivity.
So,
Hamilton?
It's funny you say that.
Hannah Montana?
Moving on, question 2. I'm done with you all. I'm actually over all of you right now. I am actually going to keep it over to that part of the world. I love loads of musicals. Jokes aside, I love Hamilton. A musical that's set in America, and it's sort of one that I sort of discovered in my late teens, and I absolutely love the music. I think it's just insane. And I studied it at college for a little bit, and this is a bit of a weird one. Not many people will sort of really have heard of it, but it's a musical called Rent.
I've heard of it.
Yeah, you've heard of it. Yeah. So, and the music is just incredible. The people, and it's also got a really nice story behind it as well. It's obviously made into an incredible film as well. The soundtrack's incredible, as I said. Apologies if this is wrong, but I think the director of the musical theatre show in Broadway, I think the director or the guy that wrote the show, he passed away just before or just after one of its first performances. Don't quote me on that. I might quickly Google it during the show. But yeah, so it's got a really close place in my heart because I think that's a lovely story, and what he wrote. Honestly, the music is incredible, guys. It's absolutely incredible.
Got a thumbs up from Sue in the chat.
Really, yeah. Because I suppose over there it's beautiful. But anyway, play the jingle again because I've got a proper question.
And now, children, it's time for Getting to Know You with the Incensed podcast.
Now, Marky Boy, this is going to be the poll as well, if it's all right with you. But I really would like to get the listeners involved, and I'd like to sort of throw around a few ideas. Obviously, again, mentioning for the 4th time tonight, we did have GoCast podcast on the show last week. So, boys, my question to you is, which guest would you like to see next on Incensed podcast?
I'll throw my hat into the ring first in that case.
By the way, it can be YouTuber, podcaster, or anyone in the Go space whatsoever. I feel like I've just got to add that in before you say Jeremy Clarkson.
Bugger. Unfortunate. We've had a lot of good times with folks from the land down under. I would personally like to see if we could get Pro Plani. I really like the content he makes. Got such a chilled vibe. I think he'll get on really, really well with us. And he's been in the space for donkey's years.
Got a great beard.
Yes. Stellar beard.
It's longer than yours, isn't it? Yeah.
The size doesn't matter.
So that really tickled me. Ian, what about you?
I think we've mentioned this creator before, but I think somebody that would be really good to get on the show, hear me out, Ariana Grande.
It's ridiculous.
She plays the game and she is a creator. Granted, she creates music, but she is a creator. We'll never get her, but there you go.
Pokemon Go space.
Just imagine the downloads for that episode.
People would think it's a hoax. They
literally would. Yeah.
No, yeah.
We like that episode we had Ed Sheeran in the title.
Yeah.
Yes. Why did we actually put his? I know he was sponsoring
there was an
the
event
but
focused around Ed Sheeran.
You could get the T-shirt, didn't you? The jumper, the
yeah. He
the
did that
hoodie.
little concert, didn't he, for Pokemon Go that you could view?
Yeah,
In the app.
yeah.
Do you remember that? Sorry. What a waste of money that was. Go on, Mark.
Oh god.
So
I forgot that.
Jesus.
Oh, top Ariana, Mark.
Elon Musk.
Elon Musk.
Hey, you gave us more characters on Twitter.
Yeah.
Only cost us £8 a month to do that. Thank you, Elon. Who would I like to have on the podcast now? I was going to say I was going to go more realistically, but this might not be realistic given the fact that it's very difficult to make direct contact with this creator.
Oh, I know where you're going.
I know. I know where you're going.
I think he's a misunderstood individual, and I'd love to have him on the podcast. And that is Pokey AK. So he's very hard to speak to because he likes to block people quite quickly and who've got an opinion.
I actually did predict your answer before we recorded as well.
Did you? Brilliant. I have found a way of reaching out to him, but he hasn't responded yet. So I am hopeful.
Wait, you've reached out to him?
Yes.
Oh, crazy.
Podcast
I hope he
exclusive.
replies. I'd love to have him on.
I just hope he doesn't block your personal account as well.
Well, that might happen. That might happen. But no, Poker AK, because let's be honest, he was the, let's be honest, he's controversial, but I think it's a niche.
That's an understatement.
Creator space. And he has a great following. He does have a great following, to be fair, and it would just be really interesting to speak to him. So Poker AK is my choice.
We could talk to him about Las Vegas.
Yes, we could. I saw him briefly for like 30 seconds.
I saw his lure module.
I didn't say hi. I just saw him. Francesca goes, well, okay.
I'm quite grateful you said lure module then, Milo. But to be honest, yeah, Pro Planty, I would love to have him on. Great guy. Poker AK, again, I know, Mark, you said controversial, but I think it'd be a great conversation. I think he'd be a great character to have on, and I think he'd get on with us all, to be honest,
That's not Pokey AK.
It is in another life, in a parallel universe.
Sorry, Mark's currently showing a picture of Jeremy Clarkson right now.
Actually,
who doesn't happen to use
Jezza
video.
would be the optimal guest, seriously.
He would.
Not to put a pun on, but that would be a car crash of a show.
And I know we've tried to make contact, but I would say Mystic 7. And I'm not just saying that because, he is the GOAT, he is the OG, but I genuinely would love to have him on. I'd love to understand his schedule when he sleeps. You know what I mean? Like all jokes aside, I genuinely believe he's a lovely guy, and I think we'd have some great conversations. Hopefully at some point, maybe this year, because he's gone on Lured Up, right, with Ken and Adam, I think.
In the past.
Yeah.
Not recently, yeah.
So we'll see.
That's a good pick.
So while Mark is typing away on his Samsung phone, we're going to play a game. But guys, I'm surprising you here. We've actually got a new game.
Oh my God.
It's time for... And welcome to the Generation Game. We teased this in the past. I'm bringing it back. This could be a car crash. But we're going to see how well you all know your mons and your generations. So we'll see how far we get until we have a winner. This one is simple. This game is really simple. I'm just going to give you the name of a Pokemon, and you're going to tell me what generation it's from. It's that simple. So,
but it's
is
not,
it first to buzz
No,
in?
it's not. I'm going to give you one each. So it's,
okay, so it's individual.
Yes.
Gotcha.
So, Coops.
Can I just ask,
Yes.
are the rules it's restricted to Pokemon Go?
No,
or you
it's
could be
any
throwing
Pokemon.
Generation 9s?
There are 9 generations
Crying
of
out loud.
Pokemon currently. So, Coops, we'll start off easy. Caterpie.
Oh my God, I was going to say Kanto. Okay.
Masterful 27. Your Pokemon is Totodile.
Oh, bloody hell, Ian. I want to say that's Johto.
1 all so far. Milo. You know your Pokemon, don't you?
If you're going to pick Generation 9, okay, or Gen 8,
Your Pokemon for this first round is Trico.
we be hoeing in Vegas, sir.
Correct. So everyone gets through
I reckon the
to
knife in the
round
back's
2.
coming soon.
So I kind of eased you in there just
Wishy-washy.
to kind of get this game going. So, Coops, your next Pokemon
I don't know.
Unknown, was that?
is Lillipup.
Lillipup. Lily. That's the 4th generation, which is Sinnoh. Oh, for God's sake! What generation is it?
Unova.
Cinco.
Yeah, Gen 5.
Oh, Unova, Coops.
Your favourite generation, Coops?
Yeah.
It's also my favourite game.
Yeah.
Okay.
Another one.
So Mark and...
Wait, am I out?
You're
am I
out.
out?
You're gone.
Oh, well, that was pointless. Okay, fine.
Unless
quick
these
game.
two both get theirs wrong, and then you'll be back in play. So, Masterful 27. Your next Pokemon is Basculin.
Oh, bloody hell, Ian.
Don't even know what that is.
That's the fish one.
It is a fish
Green
one, yes.
Fish and red
It's the
fish.
regional fish thing.
It's the regional fish.
The regional fish thing. I don't know. Unova as well. I don't know.
Guess correct.
Good guess. Okay, Whitfield. Your Pokemon for round 2 is Gastrodon.
Oh, that's another Greenwich Mean
It
Time
is.
regional, isn't it? I think that's Gen 4, Sinnoh.
Yes. So Coops is definitely out. Yep.
Yep. Great, Ian.
So, sudden death. Okay.
Coops is happy.
So Coops is out. So Masterful 27. Your next Pokemon is Kamala.
Lachlan.
Oh, Jesus Christ. I'm guessing, because it isn't in the game yet. Is it Kalos?
It's a Lola.
Oh!
So Milo...
It's a cute little
koala.
Koala bear.
So Milo, if you get this correct, you're the winner. If not, Mark is back in play.
Okay.
Your next Pokemon is Drampa.
Oh, you bastard. Drampa. I think that's actually a Gen 8. Whatever the bloody hell the region was called, I can't remember. It's not.
It's not, so Mark is back in play. Drampa is Gen 7, it's from Alola.
Oh, it's Gen 7 as well.
Yes. So this is where it's going to get a little bit tougher now. Not that it wasn't so far, but round 4.
That's
Masterful 27. Your next Pokemon is Dartrix.
Is that Gen 7 as well, Ian?
It is Alola, yes, it is. Oh, so the pressure's really on Milo here.
That's the mid-stage of Rowlet?
It is,
isn't it?
yes.
Oh, God.
Correct.
Didn't
So,
even know
to
that.
keep this
Definitely
game
gets wrong.
running, Milo, your next Pokemon is Ribombee.
Oh, for crying out loud.
It's Kanto, isn't it?
Rib food pleasure. Literally not got a clue. I'm going to throw it out there as a Gen 8 because I don't think you've gone Alola twice. Okay, is it Gen 7
It's Gen
again?
7, yeah.
He's just
I
throwing
wasn't
bloody
pushing it
names out
too
there.
far this first round.
Well done,
So
Ian.
Oh, well done.
Masterful
Well, I was gonna say
27
well done,
wins.
Mark.
Well done,
yeah,
Mark.
well done, Marky.
That game's got legs, Ian. I like that.
There we go. And
The generation game.
the generation game.
What the bloody hell's that region?
So, well done, Masterful 27. But it stays with me because Coops has kind of given me carte blanche to do what I want for the next few minutes. So I think it's time to get out our phones and listen to a few.
Send your WhatsApps now. I might change that one week to send Milo a voice note now. That's right.
Just be a dong.
Yeah.
So, yeah, we've got 2 WhatsApp messages this week. And thank you guys for sending them in. We're loving these. And it's nice to hear a few different voices on the show. Okay, so the first one is from somebody that has sent us messages before. There's quite a lot to digest in this one. So let's hand it over to Pen Pal Simon.
And now it's time to introduce you to our new segment. It's the Pen Pal Simon Takeover. Only kidding. It's a cool idea, though. No?
Stop the soundboard.
Anyway, just wanted to quickly catch up and just let you all know some updates on the crazy happenings in my Pokemon Go adventure. It's utterly bonkers. First off, Barbara's started playing the game. Amazing.
Nice.
Though it does make chatting up all the LinkedIn trainers I meet on my adventures a little bit harder. Elite Raids, I thought they were really good. I started playing Pokemon Go in lockdown and had made a lot of friends online with people in various raid groups and chats and stuff, but hardly met any of them in person. That all actually changed with the Regidrago Elite Raids. Now I've put some names to some faces and we've all met one another. Cool. So that's good. You know the Way Spotters podcast, right? Well, back when Lachlan was on there, oh God, I missed Lachlan on there, respect bro. He told me they were having on Cricket 23 and I recorded her a rap and they played it to her. In all honesty, she seemed a little bit disturbed by it on the show, but she actually added me in the game afterwards. How cool is that? The queen of the Pokemon Go chessboard on my friends list. Insane. She actually invited me to a raid recently, but by the time I'd sunk 79p into Niantic's bank account for a pass, I'd missed it. That was a bit traumatic. But I know she wouldn't want me to be sad, so I turned my frown upside down. Your very own rural trainer invited me to my first 1-star rural raid the other day as well. He and I soloed a Rockruff. I used a primal evolved Kyogre. It was quite a tough battle, but we did win. I'm thinking me and Mark make a world-beating raid team, actually. Thanks, Mark. I also got a raid with Ian for the first time as well, thanks to an invite from Lachlan.
Yeah.
What an absolute privilege that was to raid with you, Ian. So that's Milo, Mark, and Ian I've raided with now. I just need Coops for a full house. I think that maybe me and him and Zoe 2 Dot should start a cult where we bathe in golden lures that Niantic gives us for free because we just rock so hard. I take my daughter horse riding at a place just out of town, and it was a bit of a barren wasteland for playing Pokemon Go. I gave up nominating stops a while ago because I don't handle rejection very well, but I've given it another crack And this place is now like a pogo theme park. There is stops and gyms everywhere, so I'm loving that. Also, TV programs that have like an after show, I'm a Celebrity, The Apprentice, where there's like a panel show discussing the program once it's ended, usually presented by some really camp comedian who breaks down the highs and lows of each episode with a live studio audience. Well, I was thinking of launching an unofficial podcast, one of these, for the Incensed podcast. I'm going to call it the Incensed Podcast, where basically we discuss each episode and how much you mean to us all. I was thinking maybe Sue would like to co-host it with me. What do you think, Sue? Sick idea, right? Anyways, I'm waffling on a bit. Hit me back just to chat. Your biggest fan, this is Stan, aka Pen Pal Simon.
Oh, mate, he is an absolute legend.
Of dialogue.
He is, honestly.
How do we even break that down?
I've actually got tears. He had me from it was hard to chat up on the length.
And Simon, if you are listening, I know you are, you're the number one fan. Sue is on board to start your podcast, so hit her up.
Isn't he just excellent though? Like the comedy is brilliant.
Absolutely
on point.
Yeah.
Simon, I'll make sure I send you my friend code, bro. I'll try and find you. Why not? For that, you really should have deserved my friend code from the rap anyway, because it was just amazing. But yeah, I don't know what to say after that. It was excellent.
It was, and on the basis of that, I mean, Saul messaged us last week, and we did actually hook him up with the Bournemouth and Poole Facebook group. So that hopefully is helping him. So the WhatsApp messages, we can help you. We might be able to help you if we can. We will. We've got
some way.
One more message tonight, and this comes from the Tequila Man.
Good day, gentlemen. It is I, Tequila Man, from sunny North London. With Natu's theme song winning an Oscar, I wonder, what would be your theme song? Mine have been Chocolate Salty Balls by Chef and Tequila by TerraVision. On a side note, Coops, as you were a professional dancer, when are you releasing the video of you doing the Natu dance? P.S. I hate the sound of my voice, so I put one on for you.
I did guess that.
Good work. Thanks for sending that in. That will be probably popping up on the Incensed podcast Instagram any day soon.
Yes. He'll be doing it outside. Stops that he's scanning
with his feet.
Coops, what is the Natu dance?
I don't know. I'm actually Googling it as we speak. I've got no idea. Tequila Man, you'll have to get back to me on that one.
Yeah.
Because I genuinely don't know what the Natu dance is. But yeah, boys, what will be your theme song?
It's a viral dance, apparently, the Natu dance. It's so viral.
That's because we're not on TikTok, so that's why we've missed it.
Right. If it's a TikTok thing, yeah, I've got no idea.
Apparently it won an Oscar for the best song in a movie.
Okay, not got a clue.
No, me either.
I'll learn it, but I'm going to answer for the boys. Milo's theme song would be the Top Gear theme song. Ian's would be the James Bond one. Mark's would be the Pokemon one when you turn the game on. That's what Mark's would be.
And yours is a Dappy song, definitely.
Yeah.
I don't know enough about the music he makes to actually know a song title.
You're fine, but excellent. Guys, honestly, we literally love your WhatsApp messages so much. Like, they really, really, really make us laugh.
They do help us on a dead week as well.
Yeah. And that. So yeah, E, what's the number they need to know?
Yeah, so the number is on the bottom of every single episode that we publish on your podcast platforms. But if you want to know it, it is +44 759 269 5696. And don't forget, you need to voice messages pushing the little microphone button, I think, Coops, yeah?
Yeah. Bottom right.
And then releasing it when you're done with your message, yeah. But before I hand the show back to Coops, it's a bit of a takeover, like Simon said. We've actually got a couple, and I found these quite funny, and I was talking to Coops the other day. I found these quite funny. We've got a couple of reviews from Apple Podcasts. Nice. So I'm just going to read a couple of these. The first one is a 5-star review, and it is from Tandragora. And this one says, "These 4 guys, let me tell you, witty, knowledgeable, and just tons of fun. I've listened since episode 10-ish, I believe, and I just can't get enough. They come with me on workouts, drives, walks, and Pokemon Go adventures. They make up a huge part of my community that I'm so glad I stumbled upon. Thanks for an awesome show. Milo, Mark, Ian." Oh, Coops too. Listening to an episode is like sitting down to lunch with a group of friends I've known for years. So thank you for that review. Truly sweet.
It's a lovely review, thank you.
And the next review. Now, I don't know if this is because we asked for savage reviews, but They actually scored as 1 star as well. This is from iTunes Australia, and they've hidden their username.
Is it Lachlan?
It could be. They've hidden their username. So this is just from DCDGJHDS via Apple Podcasts in Australia.
What a name.
And the review, 1 star. Interesting content delivered by prepubescent 30-somethings. Need adult supervision and...
Not there yet, actually.
Neither is Coops. And Mark and I are beyond 30, so sorry on that one.
We'll take that.
It's factually wrong.
Needs adult supervision and editing.
I will find you.
I assume they are males. Lacks professionalism, unfortunately. Does this person not know that our whole genre of podcast...
Do you think this was
jokey.
put on the wrong podcast?
I'm not sure.
This isn't like a savage one. This is a serious review. Someone really hates us. Someone really doesn't like us.
Anyway, what I would like to do is, if you are actually listening, DCDGJHDS,
Grow some balls.
We'll have a conversation. Seriously, we'll get you on the show.
Come on, let's poke the bear. Let's really poke the bear.
Seriously.
Come on. Yeah. Do I think he was a little bit harsh? Yes, but everyone's entitled to their own opinion, right? Yes, I
mean, their opinion could be wrong, but they're entitled to
it. Exactly.
Do you know what? Sue hit the nail on the head, though, because the only bit that I would agree with on that was the supervision bit. we probably do need supervision, but like everything else.
I agree, and it doesn't sound like it relates to us, but you kind of hit the button on the podcast, so you are listening to it as you do the review on Apple.
They misclicked.
They must have done.
Slipped.
Yeah.
You don't get this on Spotify, do you, Coops?
Actually, Coops, before you move on, the comments in the live stream, Apex171 is saying, do a Poke AK and block them.
Yeah, I like that.
Yes.
Maybe if they heard the live recordings and realise how much editing does go into the show.
Yeah, maybe.
There we go. Top tip. Become a gold tier Patreon. Yeah. Then you can see the raw recording.
And you can see that 2 of us aren't 30 yet.
and 2 of us are past 30.
Now, all banner aside, let's go. At the moment, absolutely buzzing that we've got Lugia back.
That's a badoots required.
You know what? I think it genuinely is.
Actually, you're okay, Coops, because don't worry, Incarnate Form Thunderous is here for at least 2 days after this episode drops.
We got that as well. How's everyone feeling? Apart from the obvious, the Meltan, as I said at the start of the show, it's amazing. And by the way, I hope you've actually got a shiny Meltan listening back to the episode. No slagging off there. Extra large, extra small. Nothing wrong with either of those
Size
sizes.
doesn't matter.
So, nothing wrong with that at all.
No.
Don't like there are medals for
It's not the size of just shiny.
Milo is right. There are medals as well, so they're both equally as important as the other. But let's go. Dear. What does everyone think? Oh, the pun.
Let's go. But really,
can I get another
nicely
one?
Done.
Can I get another one?
Why not?
Yeah, I don't need Meltan.
Moving on.
Nah, jokes. I've maxed my Hyundai to level 50. I've got shiny Meltans. It's an easy one to max to level 50 Meltan is if you've been doing the boxes. And I'm not going to power up the one that I got from Willow's Wardrobe.
What about the event, though? What about in general, bro? How are you? Forget Meltan.
Which is this the new event? So the new event, which is on at the moment?
Yeah, the Let's Go event, started today.
Oh, I haven't played it yet. I haven't. When I've had a chance to play it, it came on today, didn't it? I've been at work all day.
It's literally started today.
Yeah. We'll talk about it next week when I've had a weekend to play it. Sorry, I've not played it at all.
Played it with the rockets that will be happening this weekend as well.
And the Battle Day.
Yes.
This is the one that's got the monkeys in it, hasn't it? This has got the shiny monkeys,
This has got the
hasn't
monkeys
it?
in it, yes.
Yeah. No, I'll be playing it a bit at the weekend, definitely.
I'm kind of in a similar boat to Mark in that I have been at work since 8:30 this morning till just before 7 tonight. I did manage to click on the game a few times and I'm still yet to find a Ditto. I'm still yet to even see one of the monkeys. They don't seem to be that common, but maybe that's just literally me checking the game randomly and not seeing any. I am in a fortunate position in that due to going to Seattle, I have copious amounts of Panpour as a shiny. So my target for this event, because I can't really talk about experience for what has happened in the last sort of 10 hours, I will be looking for the Pansage and Panseer. They're the 2 that I will be chasing. So come Saturday, hopefully I'll be able to find a few tasks, because I think the shiny is probably more likely to come out of the tasks, the research tasks, than in the wild, because so far in the limited time I've played it, not seen many. Most of the tasks I've encountered on my sort of way from work back home seem to reward you with Pokeballs and Great Balls and stuff, so thinking that they're probably stacked a little bit more so than the actual monkey tasks, which does seem a little bit rough, but again, it's still early days in the event. And in terms of Meltan, I'm in a similar boat to Mark. I probably have half a dozen shinies. I've got a couple of good Melmetals, and the one I got from Willow's Wardrobe was absolutely dead, so I won't be powering that one up. So far, I have hopes for this event. I do think this one will be a decent playable event. The Rocket Takeover at the weekend, like Milo said, is going to be good because of all the shiny mons that will be available for the Rocket Stops.
Yeah, the grunts.
That I am definitely looking forward to. And the Battle Day, you know what, I'm not really too worried about that.
Some gloves.
Exactly. And if you've already got them from G-Bell, as Coop said the other week, you're not going to get another pair, which I haven't actually done a single set this season. So
Mate, I've only done like 14 battles. Don't worry about it. I'm going to level with you. March has been a bit dead, I think, for the game, if you want me to be honest. And I'm not moaning. It's a nice break for me. I've said that at the start of the month as well. It's going to be a nice break. Yeah, I'm with you guys. Looking forward to the grunt grinding. Apart from that, that's really, really it for me, to be honest with you.
That's fair enough entirely.
And Shadow Regice, of course.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah,
definitely. I agree. In terms of the game, the raid bosses for March have been very dead, but it does give you time off from endlessly remote raiding and all of that.
It's been nice actually not doing many.
I've had a chance to go out and play this event fairly extensively, and from my personal experience, I think they've got this event bang on. I've managed to get 2 shiny Ditto today. The disguised Pokemon are boosted. There's way more chance of finding them, and therefore a much better chance of finding Ditto. Found like north of 70 Ditto today on a sort of 4-hour grind, and then a couple of shinies. So obviously, because you're getting more encounters, there's more chance of getting shiny Ditto. I've seen a lot of the elemental monkeys in the wild. They're nowhere near as rare as Galarian Stunfisk, for example.
See, I have actually seen a couple of those, strangely.
So that's the thing. I've seen a couple of them. Goomy, despite being boosted here with windy weather, is definitely the rarest spawn. Trubbish is everywhere, and it's a boosted Dustmon, so that's something fun to potentially grind with a good shiny. But the elemental monkeys, I would definitely recommend going for the wild spawns, because as Ian said, the quests for the elemental monkeys, 2 things: they're quite rare. Unless you're in a very densely populated area with lots of Pokestops, you'll struggle to find one. And the task is catch 3 Ditto. So if you're going to do that, you're going to have to stack up 3 tasks and then try and catch 3 Ditto with it. So I'd definitely recommend going for the wild spawns. And
Top your Incensed as champions. Let's go.
Because Incensed seems to have brought in a lot more elemental monkeys in my day of grinding than the wild spawns have. The Meltan box, it's great. It is a limited run shiny, only available during specific events, so get your boxes down. There's a 2-day cooldown on it. Easiest thing to get to level 50 with the guaranteed XL candy, and you get 60 Meltan per box, even sat on your ass. If you walk around, you can get over 70 of them.
Yeah, it's spawning 1 a minute, isn't it?
Yeah, 1 a minute. But if you actually move and walk quickly, you can, like the daily incense, increase how many spawn within the time frame, which is really nice. And Melmetal, as Coops obviously knows, is quite good in the various leagues of GBL. So good one to farm. Quality event, I would say.
Honestly, I can't get over how much Pokemon Go we've spoken about tonight. Like, who are we? Like, who?
I know. Are we GoCast or something?
No,
Did they rub off on us?
Honestly, I'm like, wait.
Yeah,
like,
I bet they did.
Which also rubs off on us. It's this section here. It always comes back.
Shinies of the week.
Right, I'll go first then. So I've got this one here from Tiggy Woozle 46 from our Discord, actually. And this was from the 13th of March. So apologies, I missed this one. Listening to the latest episode this morning whilst getting ready for work. Reminded me about snapshots for Shiny Smeargle. Thanks, guys. Oh my God, wow. They got a Shiny Smeargle. And then finishing the episode off on the bus beep route home. A double shiny episode. So on the time they were listening, they got the shiny Smeargle when we said do your snapshots, and then they got a shiny Vulpix. Congratulations.
Brilliant.
Amazing.
Fabulous.
And I think I know what word the beep was as well.
yeah, the in-betweeners.
Yes, yeah.
We've got one here from Sue, that's HermesNinja. This is what's called an embarrassment of riches. turned on this week's episode at 1:40 p.m. and this is crazy. So 1:54 Shiny Grimer.
Oh, the
very
timestamps. Nice.
2:20 p.m. Shiny Licky.
That's what happens when you
Very
screenshot
nice.
the Milo.
3 minutes later, another Shiny Licky. So Licky.
Licky.
And then 2 minutes later, this is crazy, by the way, Shiny Bonsley.
That's
She has the most insane look, seriously.
That's absolutely
All within the
crazy.
space of
At
30
Incensed
minutes.
Podcast is still the best hour you can spend with your headphones on. We do agree on that one. Thank you, Sue. That's hashtag Shinies of the Week, hashtag Pokemon Go, and hashtag Shiny Pokemon.
So is that 4 shinies in a day?
4 shinies in an
Four
hour.
shinies in half
30
an hour.
minutes. You only get that kind of luck when you listen to our show.
You do. We've been
obviously.
saying that for 2 years. But I'm going to jump in quickly before Milo does. Sorry, Milo, stealing your thunder here. Lachlan Firth's
You
messaged in.
bastard.
Oh dear, sorry Milo. Snagged a shiny off my daily adventure tonight. Nothing else to note. Still fun to get some sparkles with that blue incense. Hashtag Shinies of the Week at Incense Podcast. And it is the shiny Centret, which, you know what, actually it is quite a nice shiny.
It is a lovely
It is quite a nice
Faded
shiny.
gold.
Sorry Milo, I beat you to that one.
That's okay. It means I can round out with a tweet from ML Fault 2022, one of our fabulous gold tier Patreon members. The dry spell is over, with many shiny sparkly emojis. Hashtag Shinies of the Week, hashtag Shinies of Today at Incense Podcast, and there are 3. There's a lovely sandwich of blue. So,
Ooh.
Shiny Rockruff,
Oh.
Shiny Meltan,
Nice.
obviously
Oh,
from
ooh,
today's
getting
event,
better.
and the famous blue ball of Voltor.
Oh, yes.
But it's a level 1 blue ball.
Doesn't
You
matter.
can't beat level 1
matter.
blue ball. Fabulous stuff. So many congrats.
Doesn't
on
matter
those
about the
shinies.
size, Milo, or the level.
It doesn't
does
matter about the
It's-
level.
The shiny is a shiny, right?
Absolutely.
We're talking about blue balls.
Bro, I was just looking at Mark and I was just about to say, I was thinking of a segue.
I was thinking, it's like, speaking of size not mattering.
Yeah, we were all thinking of one, and Mark was like, speaking of blue balls, yeah, brilliant. So,
That's the first time I've introduced my own poll. I think that's
yeah.
I think it is.
It is actually.
on episode 111.
Oh yeah, I don't think we actually said what episode number it was, did we, today?
Because I never know.
No, that's why I wanted to get it. We put the poll out to everybody on our Twitter, so we've all shared who we'd like next on the podcast within the Pokemon content space. Who would you like to hear from our wish list? So, starting in 4th place, the GOAT, Mystic 7, came in with 15%.
That is surprising.
Ariana Grande came in 3rd place. With 24%.
I
of
see
the
where
vote.
this is going. I know where this is going.
Oh no, really? No.
There was 1% between the top 2. It was
Ooh.
tight, amassing 61% of the vote between these two content
Smashing.
creators. In 2nd place, with 30% of the vote, Pro Planty.
Oh my God.
Our listeners get us. 31% of the vote. If anyone can handle the guy with the banhammer, and that was my symbol, by the way, on the poll, the banhammer.
Nice.
Poker AK came in top with 31%. So hopefully, if he's listening to this, we want you on. So that'd be lovely. But yeah, 67 people voted on the poll tonight.
That's all right for
Pretty
half hour,
decent.
isn't it?
That's not bad.
Oh,
Someone
yeah.
needs to retweet that and at him.
Yeah, but somebody that's not banned.
Somebody's not banned because we are.
The Tequila man who sent in a voice message earlier has put fertilise the plant and watch it bloom at Pro Planty. Very nice.
Nice.
Thomas,
Hopefully.
96 _ Tom L. Thomas. Honestly, getting Pro Planty on would be great to give more eyes on us Aussie players. Also, didn't Poker AK block all of you during Heroes Night Out? Well, he did.
You were quite
Before, I
correct.
think.
Eric Braun, 25, has replied and said, I'd like to hear how you guys get on with Mystic 7. He's been doing a lot recently between TCG and Pogo, some of which challenges the terms of service, very much so. Your views are always spicy and create great dialogue that's hard to find. I'd like to see where the views, opinions meet.
Mark, can I take this one? Eric, we get on very well with him.
He likes gin.
Yeah, he does.
He likes Bombay Sapphire. Milo showed him the good stuff, didn't you, in London?
No,
Milo?
no.
Very good.
No.
I'm joking.
No,
Bombay
Milo
Sapphire out of here.
was on the expensive stuff.
Plymouth Gin
and Tanqueray de Sevilla.
Plymouth Gin, yeah.
You said it correctly.
Back to the Pokemon Go stuff now. For anyone who's just wonders where we went there.
Gin City.
Highbone has, that's at Lewis Warbert, has said Poker AK already has the Pokemon content space. It's all blocked already. Good luck. Sue's put HermesNinja's put goes about the same, but no pressure whatsoever at Pro Planty. Couple more. Lucy Davis, Mystic 7, because I think he'd be crazy. And where does he get all his energy from? Maybe that
I
energy
said
drink
that. Where does he sleep?
Really...
Like, do you know what I mean?
G Fuel? Where does he sleep?
Hashtag not sponsored.
If you use the Incensed discount at the checkout, you'll get, anyway. Mr. Anderson, quadruple 7, has put Poker AK because you'd ask him the questions that need to be asked and would banter the hell out of him. You could also make him do a soundbite saying you're getting blocked. Oh, I like that.
Yes.
Excellent. Absolutely brilliant. Yes.
Fab comments.
I would use that button. Absolutely.
Sorry, can we just imagine me being like, all right, Poker AK, if you could just now say Shinies of the Week.
I think you'd fangirl him, actually, Coops.
Do you think? Yeah, PvP. Yeah, maybe. Yeah. Maybe. Really exciting who's going to be our next guest on, and thank you so much for interacting with us, everyone. But ladies and gents, boys and girls, thank you so much for tuning into another episode of Incensed Podcast, episode 111, as Ian did tell me off earlier. Might as well mention that now. Before we go, though, a massive, massive, massive thank you to all of our Patreon members and to everybody on our Discord as well. You guys make the Incensed Podcast this beautiful little family, and without you guys, none of this would exist. Thank you to all of our Patreons, but especially to our amazing gold tier. These are the top tier patrons of us. You know, help out the boys with the edits so much and really help the production of this podcast. So, HermesNinja, JB, CliffordMert, DerbyRuss, Kerry and Zachary, Connor Lee, Dom the Ragnarok, ML Folk 2022, Apex_171, Professor 58, KTechnogal, and MUFTi. All of you guys, thank you so much for all the support that you've given us over the last few months, years, etc. It's really, really appreciated. And on that note as well, at Incensed Podcast is where you're going to find us on every single social media platform. That's TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, and of course, as I always say when I'm hosting, we do have a link tree as well, and all of our information is on that link tree at Incensed Podcast with our merchandise as well. If you do want to join us on that and buy yourself a t-shirt or a mug or anything you like. And of course, for the Shinies of the Week section of the show, if you do want to be a part of that, you do have to tag us and hashtag Shinies of the Week, because that's how we search and find you. If you do manage to get anything juicy whilst listening back to this episode, or if you've not listened to GoCast already, then that one, and then the one before that, and the one before that. And
go backwards.
Exactly.
Boys, good news.
What?
Don't forget next week, Poplio Spotlight Hour.
That's not good news.
Wow. But boys, great news.
What?
You now don't have to exit the raid lobby to do 2 waves of invites. The raid button will automatically reset after 35 seconds.
That actually is good news.
Great news.
Exactly, Ian. That's not good news. That is great news. So make sure you practice this while sending out all those Lugia raids. And on that bombshell, we'll be aero blasting off to next week. We'll see you then.
You won't, because it doesn't have the move.
Oh, does it not? Okay, bye.